Hi everyone, it's Dash Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. Right, so this time I am just going to be making You're Only Here for the moral support and to kind of give me direction. Metaphorical direction, because you won't actually be able to do anything. By the time you call it out, I will have already made it. So I'm carrying on with my Grimoire. Now, you remember when I said about my Grimoire before, I did have 3 signatures initially. Well, now that has grown to 5 to fill this book out properly. So we've now got 5 signatures in here, and they just need various things putting in them, decorating, etc. Okay, this I will do something with this cover at some point. That'll probably be the last thing that I do. Don't mean like terminally. That's the last thing. It'll be the last thing I ever do. I mean, you know, it'll be the last thing that I do for that particular journal. So anyway, I am struggling. I will be honest. I'm struggling with the inspiration for this journal. It is not my natural direction. It's not my ethos. And also, I'm finding it really hard to work to somebody else's idea. Now, I can't remember who it was, but somebody did give me a good bit of advice, and that is that if somebody wants me to make something, then I should ask them what it is, and set a theme. And if I like the idea of the theme, then I make it and list it. And if they like it, they can buy it, but not necessarily, for them, which is probably a good idea, because this working to a very loose brief of make a grimoire, well, make a spell book is what I was told, and so this is where I currently am. So I'm not going to write any spells in it because I'm, not a witch. I don't want anybody to be turned into I was going to say a leopard and I meant a toad. I don't know why, because they're not the same thing. But anyway, so I've kind of like started on. We're gonna have. Brian's been helping me with this because it's kind of like my mind has gone instead of it's gone, and it's like tiny. You see, that's my brain there. That tiny. You see that tiny? No, you can't see it because I can't see it. Tiny speck there. That's where my brain has gone. It's shriveled to nothingness. So I just thought you'd come along for the journey. But yes, I'm making 5 signatures. One is going to be there's going to be dragons. There'll be dragons in them hills. There be dragons in them hills. Anyway, I guess that's a quote from something. I don't know what it's a quote from. You probably know. I don't. Dragons, mushrooms, herbs, human, and runes. I can't make it sound any different to runes. It's because I roll my R's. Runes. No, I see. Rune. These rune. No, rune. No, runes is all I can say it as. Anyway. Round the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Anyway, I'm never going to get anything done. I would just sit here giving you pronunciation examples. Right, let's just get on with this, shall we, Dave? Shall we? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Just get on with it. So I'm going to stick this down. This is watered down Mod Podge, but this is the clear stuff. To be clear. Do I want clear? Do I want clear? I don't know. I don't know whether I want clear. And I'm sorry for anybody out there that's insulted by my terrible Klingon accent. It wasn't supposed to be Klingon, but it sounded more like Klingon than anything else. So anyway, yeah, this was just a page out of a book. It's actually from a criminology type book, and it's a piece of apparatus. Oh dear, sorry, here we go again with the rolling of the R's. The rolling of the R's. So them R's. So yeah, I just thought I would do this. And also, I'm struggling a little bit generally because my brain is complete fog. I've had just after that having that booster jab, my brain just, well, I'd like to say my brain doesn't come back to normal, but it was never normal in the first place. So, that tiny bit of speck that I said there, that brain, it's still a tiny speck that has shriveled even more since trying to do this journal. I've just not been in that kind of frame of mind to be able to think about these things. Right, okay, by the way, I am just going to just nip over here because, hang on. Right, you know, during the pandemic, everybody went out and bought some of them. Okay, well, I've got hundreds of these now, because I used them for my job. But these come in very handy for stopping you getting glue all over your fingers, which is a good thing to do. But also they come in very handy for when you want to smooth this sort of stuff down without your sticky little fingers getting in the way. And because I want to lie this down without putting a coat over the top of it, I mean, I'm not talking about, you know, a woolen coat for outside, because that would be ridiculous. Why would I put a woolen coat on it? Why would I think that you might think that? I don't know. That's because my tiny... Oh, I've moved it. I don't know where my brain's gone. It's gone. Anyway. So yes, I found that this was a really good way to put this sort of stuff down without having to go over it. Because when you go over the top of it, which is what I normally like to do, it does make it a little shiny. Because of, well, this is matte, apparently. But it still has a bit of a sheen to it. And so I find that this is just a good tip. And then you even then you can kind of just skip over it. Your fingers don't doesn't go sticky on the ends of your glove like it does on the end of your fingers. And I find it's just a really good way to make a bit of adhesion. I don't know. I'm thinking of having a Scottish accent now, so I don't know why adhesion makes me think of Scotland. It's got nothing to do with Scotland. I have no idea. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to lie some of this down. I was going to put some little bits of things. These are washi stickers that I have never used, because they're really not. They came free as part of, you know, when you buy things from that place overseas. AliExpress. I'm not ashamed of buying stuff from AliExpress at all. No. But no, when you buy stuff from there, they send you free gifts that aren't always necessarily stuff that you really want. But like, I just want to see if I can incorporate them in some way, because they fit this more than anything. So these are just washi stickers. These are not good for sticking down washi stickers, because then they stick to these rather than the page. But so there it is. So it's not really, well, it's not when I say it's not really, it isn't at all a tutorial. But I just wanted to do something with you, because if I do it in front of you guys, then we've got evidence that he actually did it. No, I'm less likely to go, oh, I don't like it, get rid of it. So which is what my brain, I think my brain's doing that self-sabotage thing. Because I've convinced myself I can't do it. I definitely can't get the sticker off here. Because I've convinced myself I can't do it. Excuse me, well, I just removed my gloves. This is why I couldn't be a surgeon. I can't get the damn things off. That's not the only reason why. You've all seen me slicing and cutting bits of myself off, so that's possibly the reason why I shouldn't be a surgeon. So I did there. Just going to put some. just making a little pocket. I don't know whether I like it, to be fair. Can I peel it off? You see, this is the lipness test, isn't it? If you can peel it off, you don't have to leave it on. Nope, I can't peel it off, so it's got to stay on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, maybe because it's too white is the thing that I don't like about it. You know, if you can see too much of the white background, it can put you off. Now, this is a different one. You know, I normally use my ground photo. No, it's not ground photo, is it? It's vintage espresso. No, that's again a complete mix of whatever that is. Is this a spoonerism? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. It's a faux pas if you get it wrong. It's this is Brian's, is what we're trying to say. Brian has kindly loaned me his vintage photo, which is on a par with age and usage of as mine is, but he's also sent me these two, which are little ones that he's not used. So I refreshed his, and I'm trying to just squeeze out the last of the juice out of it. Okay, so well, I'm making little things to go into this little journal, and I was thinking this is just going to be a pocket, so it's not going to be anything exciting. Well, stop putting it down, Dave. Stop saying it's because I'm not in the in the mood. That was I think that was In the Mood by the Glenn Miller Band. The Glenn Miller Band. So there used to be politicians called Miller Band. So they were Labour politicians. Ed Miliband and somebody else Miliband, and I always wanted one of them to be called Glenn, because then it'd be the Glenn Miller Band. So, and every time they said Miliband, I kept thinking, where is my file? Where is my file? Where is my file? Do-do-do-do-do. I don't know where my file is. Oh, I need a file. Oh dear. I need not a vial, but a file. There's a vial here. Well, there's a thing that says shake the vial, and it's not a vial. It's a file. Oh look, there's a vile animal here. Oh no, it's Worcester. When I said vial, I wasn't talking about you. Good boy. Okay, now you need to scoot. Scootsy. Scoot off. Off you go. Good boy. Go and lie back down on the bed. Now, I've been fussing you all evening, you ungrateful child. And now you want more. More. I want more. Damn it. I want more. Anyway, found them. Sanding. Sandy, baby, I'm in love with you. I don't know the rest. Oh, I just filed the top of my finger then. So I won't sing it, because I better shape up, because I need some ham. I don't need any ham, actually. I bought some ham recently, so I don't need any ham. That wasn't a cue for you either. I said ham, not hound. Mein Hund ist stinky. Which is not. How you say it in German. Oh dear. I think I'm funny. That's the problem. And you know something? I'm probably sat here and I'm just thinking to myself, oh, I don't even know whether I press record, you know. I've done this before. No, it's actually recording. Oh dear, it's actually recording. I have accountability now. It's actually recording. Okay, so I've got that on there. Got a bit of that on there. I want, I don't know. I want something else. I kind of feel like it needs something up here, but I'm not sure. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I need some jam. Don't listen to me, 'cause I do not know what the heck I'm talking about. Da-da. That's going to be in my musical. Dave, the musical. Dash of Dave, the musical. Why is that in the bin? Use only as directed. Well, it wasn't directed to be put in the bin, was it? What am I looking for now, folks? What am I looking for? I was looking for something to stick on there, and I know what I'm looking for now, which is... It's great that I know what I'm looking for, but I don't know where it is, which is absolutely no help whatsoever. Whomsoever said. Ugh. In the bleak midwinter, la 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 la. I think Frosty something, the snowman. No, nothing like that. I am still here, folks. I wanted my own washi tape. Washi tape. I'm having a thing about. It's my echolalia has kicked in for some reason. I need to constantly reiterate. Not reiterate. Repeat. That's the word. Repeat. What I say. So if you're wondering, has he gone mad? Well, you're not far off. Gone already. There was no going. I had already arrived. Anyway, I can't find it. So, maybe something else on here. Now I liked these. Now these are what Christina sent me. Sent me. My new person at work is called Christina, and therefore I get a little bit confused because I call her Christina sometimes as well. So, apologies, Christina. I meant Christine. No, apologies, Christine. I meant Christina, and apologies, Christina. I meant Christine. Yes. No. Yes. So what was I saying? I have absolutely no. Blind Bambi. No idea. Yeah, no, I thought that these look, because they're not plants that we have in the UK, so they are quite representational of like a bit weirdness to I don't mean weird. I'm not saying that it's weird. I'm saying I think I'm gonna have this bit here. It's just different, and it looks slightly alien-like. Especially for the UK, it does anyway. Nothing this bright and pretty grows in the UK. I'll say nothing. Nothing at this time of year, it doesn't anyway. So the thing I was like, I've asked this about other things before. You know me, I'll speak out loud, and then other people fill in the blanks for me. So in other countries where you have a what's it called? A temperate climate where doesn't fluctuate massively like it does in the UK. Do you have definite autumn, winter, spring, summer type things? So do the trees all fall off? The trees don't fall off, Dave. Do the trees fall off the leaves? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. If you're waiting for me to know what I'm talking about, I've got no idea. No, he said it again. Do the leaves fall off the trees in winter? Oh, well, I'm sure they must do, because they must have a life cycle like everywhere else. But I can't imagine winter in a temperate climate. I mean, does it get cold in Australia? When I'm talking cold, I mean brrr, type crispy, frosty mornings. So, anyway. So, right, okay, so this one I want to use, because I want it on this side, I want to use it this way round, so I'm going to flip it over now. You can do this, I don't know whether you know it, but you can. And if you didn't know it, you heard it here. So, don't be afraid to flip them over. Obviously, they've got those things on. Words. Words don't come easy. That should be my theme tune. Words don't come easy. That should be on my merch. Words don't come easy, with "Shut Up, Dave" on the back. Yeah, words. I was going to say it again. Don't come easy. No. If you've got words on them, don't flip it over. Well, you can. You know, I'm not the authority on this. You won't get the napkin police come round and say, "Stop! Right, put your equipment down. You cannot do that. Step away from the Mod Podge." But what I'm saying is, if you flip it over, the words will be backwards. So that's where he was going with this. You see, they did have a point. I rarely have one, to be fair. You know, I can understand your puzzled faces and things. I rarely have a point. But on this occasion I did. So that was my point. So you can tune out again now. But yes, you can flip it over. So don't be afraid of flipping them over if they aren't the right way around for what you need. So, and if you get this, like, you see where you've got like these white bits here. I did say this is not going to be a tutorial, but you see where you get these white bits here and here and here. This is just where the glue hasn't, so either there is no glue, like this has got no glue underneath it, or the glue hasn't soaked through the napkin. So to get rid of it, all you need to do is put a bit of glue, just stipple it over the top of it, and it will disappear like it wasn't even there. Now, I don't mind a little bit, because if you don't have that complete adhesion, if you go over it with some sandpaper or a emery board in my case, because I'm a cheapskate and I don't buy sandpaper, if you go over it with some sandpaper or emery board, those little white blooms are the bits that rub off, and so you get that kind of more vintagey look, like, you know, it's worn away. So there we go. So the whole reason I didn't want to go into any great detail here is because I wanted to keep it quite loose, because I just want my nice little pages. Use only as directed. Maybe I want to cover those over with that. And we might just have what do we have in here? Oh, we have an avalanche. In this box we have an avalanche. Where do you keep your avalanches? Everything has a place, even your avalanches. Honestly, it's a bit like, oh, blimey. It's like playing Kaplunk in this place. I don't know whether it's Kaplunk. Kaplar. No, you see, I'm talking. No, they don't have stickers in, Dave. Kaplar. That's. I don't know. It's Klingon anyway. See, and I did say I was talking Klingon. Gibberish is what I have an A level in gibberish. I don't have a full degree in gibber, otherwise it would be gibber. I have a in gibber. I've got gibber-ish. Ow! I look like Michael Jackson now with this glove on. Although I don't sing like him, as you are all well aware. I do not sing like him whatsoever. Okay, so I think I'm just going to have a random little collection like that there to go with those. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, take my glove off. You don't have to make those noises. Well, you know, you can, but you don't have to. Oh, quite like that. Maybe that. Maybe that instead of that. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. Right, okay. So I need to get the Holy Grail scissors out. Oh. Sorry, Sorry, Tim Holt scissors. You know, I have to do it. Like as Christina pointed out, the last time I didn't do that, I stabbed myself in the forehead with these. So, and if you don't know how I stabbed myself in the forehead, don't ask. It's just, I think I was laughing at the time. What a surprise! I'm always laughing about something. I've got a very double entendre type mind, so I have to be really careful. Oh, blimey, I'm doing that thing now where I'm going to have to go around and cut them all the edges down to that same thing now. Yeah, I've got double entendre type mind, so somebody says something and I hear something else, and then I have to tell them what I've heard, and then like they're laughing about that, and then you know what it's like. It all kind of like descends into chaos. So yeah, basically, like very much like my life. Chaos. Maybe that's what they should have named me. Maybe that's what Dave means. No, actually Dave is David, short for David. Of course, we know it's David, but nobody calls me David. Don't you call me it. Like I've said, the people have called me David in the past, but they only do it once. It's because they've never been found again. So, I am joking, by the way, or am I? So, yeah. So, David means beloved friend. I have no idea how anybody came to that, but you know, well, I know it's like biblical, isn't it? So, I am a biblical creation. Anyway, so famines and floods, but nobody wants them either. Do I want it over like that? Over or under? Better with or without? I feel like I'm in an eye test now. I think I'm going to go like that. Oh, I don't know now, so I can either do... Oh, blimey. This is why it takes me 4 years to do anything. Do I either do that or that? Well, if I'm going to do that, that's got to go down to the bottom of the page, and if so, that's going to have to go there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Right. Okay, so, little tip once you've decided. Little tip once you've decided to try and get your glue out. Oh, no, it's actually coming out. It's flowing. Is try and just, so that they don't move, is at least stick 2 of the components together. And then pick them up and they move. No. Stick 2 of the components together, like so. Yeah, and then you can start moving things around, and then you can decide how and then I don't always. I'd like to stick, once you've got those together, is stick the elements together, or the elephants. Oh no, that was supposed to be an elephant, but like, oh dear. Stick to your day job, Dave. A comedian you are not, and an animal impersonator you are not, and a crafter, I'll let you decide. An artiste, I don't know. That's again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So yes, I stick the components down, and then that means then I kind of get the configuration I want when you stick it back down again. So, because now you can just like glue till your heart is content. T for 2 and 2 for T. Me for you and you for me. La, la. I don't know what this has got anything to do with T for 2, but like, I went right off T, and I've kind of only been having it out of the home, and I like it now again. Well, I didn't dislike it; I just went off it. Just if those times when you don't. And I know that, like, I know people think that in the UK tea just comes out of the tap, um, but it doesn't. We don't drink that much tea. Well, we do actually. We drink a lot of tea. Let's hope there's never be a global shortage, because, like, you know, forget COVID about and like how people unrest, the possible unrest that COVID causes. That there'll be unrest if the tea runs out. I'm not talking about fruit tea or green tea, I'm just talking about good old, like, normal tea, what we would call normal tea, and like I think the rest of the world calls English breakfast tea, but we don't have it for breakfast. We have it all the time. Anyway, so there we go. There's a little pocket. It's a little pocket. I don't know. The leprechaun is back, and I don't know why. And it's a terrible leprechaun. It's a leprechaun that has never had any association with Ireland whatsoever. So I need a substantial page for it to sit on. Otherwise it will be too whimsical and flimsical. So I think I'm going to go for... No, I don't want to cover that one up. Did we go for that? Oh no, should we have it? Oh, Dave. A decision needs to be made at some point. Blackmail. Sorry that it says blackmail there. I'm not blackmailing anybody. I think I'm just going to stick that on there, I think. So let's get some 3-in-1 out. We've got to put that on there for now. We've got good potential for having lips drying. No, not lips. These are not lips. These are nibs drying. So I'm trying to avoid the nib drying. Now you can, of course, use dry glue. I don't mean dried on glue. I mean, you know, like a sticky roll, the double-sided sticky tape for this kind of thing. But I try not to use too much of that, because I get in right mess with it, and it ends up sticking to everything that I don't want it to. And this, at least you have some wiggle on it. So if you don't like where it is, you can kind of give it a wiggle once you've stuck it down with you know, the red liner tape. That's the word. Once you've stuck it down with red liner tape, you've had it. You've got to have it, keep it there forever. It's very final. It's the final countdown. I don't know. Don't ask me. No idea. So the other thing I was going to make is I was going to make a tag. I mean, like, the problem is I've got a lot of pockets. Pockets. That was the other thing. I did make some pockets. Let's put some pockets in it. Now I can't remember which. These are the ones. Here's some I made earlier. Oh, hang on a minute. Let's put these away. Put them to bed. Oh. So give it reverence, and then we'll be in a better situation. So, I wanted to... I can't remember what I'm doing. This is herbs, isn't it? So I kind of wanted to put some little pockets in here. So these are some that I made. They were basically just dipping in distress oxides, etc. Might put a little something on the front of this and then put this one in. Oh, I did decoupage this up, although that's not really herby, is it? Herbie goes bananas. There's some there. There's just a few. Like, there's a few. Well, actually, that could go in here, because that's not herb, obviously, but it's planty. So it's basically just an envelope that's just been ripped. So, and I'm trying not to have too many things in here. simply for time reasons. I'm a winner, baby. Chicken dinner. Losers weep. Sorry, that's I think it's RuPaul that track. So don't quote me. Sorry, Ru, for singing it. Just in case you're not happy about me singing it. So thought I'd say sorry now. So I'm just going to ink the edge of this. I think I'm going to stick it to this page. Don't know whether I like that sticky uppy bit. No, get rid of it. It was lost from the final. What's the final edit? Inky fingers. So I found it, by the way. I don't know whether it was on video like when I found it, but I did find it because it's there. I was looking for it last time, wasn't I? Don't know whether I want it opposite a green page. Might have it there. Is that going to be substantial enough? Yeah, that's fine. Like I say, out of my depth here, so you know it's all good. Everything is beautiful in someone's eye. So, and if it isn't beautiful in their eye, shove it in their eye. That'll teach them for not thinking it's beautiful. No, sorry. My menacing nature has just popped out. It's just nipped to the shops. It popped out. I don't know whether other people say popped out in like wherever you are in the world. That's something that we say. If somebody in the UK says that they've popped out, they've like literally they've just gone out somewhere. They'll be back soon. Like they've just popped to the shops, so they've popped out. Anyway, it can be taken in. Well, it can be taken in however you like. Really, it's entirely up to you. No, it doesn't really go, does it? So I've got that on there. Is there anything else I can put on here? So there's this, which is this, but it's printed on vellum, and it's then gone through the Xyron, so it'll be like kind of transparent. So I might stick that on there. Well, it's not transparent. It's what's next step down from transparent? The disassociation from transparent. We're not completely, like this. We kind of know each other type thing. That made sense in my brain. It probably made no sense to anybody else. Translucent. Is that right? Opaque. No, opaque's getting more towards the not being able to see through it. Now the problem is when you stick it on, when you do it through the Xyron. I love my Xyron, as well, you don't all know, but like some of you know. Some of you that have been here for a while will know I love my Xyron. It's just that the sheets are terribly expensive, so I don't use it a lot. But when I do, I like to make it count. So I'm going to just stick this. I think I'm just going to stick it to there. I know it's got a bit of a crease in it from when it went through the Xyron, but we can rectify that by stretching it out. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And if you've still got a crease in it, oh well, never mind. There you go. See, that's what I like about the Xyron glue as well. It's transparent, so. But yeah, the sheets for the Xyron, the roll, is so expensive in the UK. But I do love it, and I'll never stop using it. You'll never stop me from loving you. I feel like I should be in a boy band. No, I don't want to be in a boy band. I'd quite like to fussy cut that, but you know what? That's an epic fussy cut, isn't it? That's a more than I can cope with fussy cut, isn't it? Do you think that's beyond my capabilities, fussy cut? Oh. So, oh, by the way, yesterday, so I'm going to be fussy cutting now, so you can do as you wish. I don't know whether I want do I want to keep the let's keep the leaves on for now. Right, okay, let's just cut this out. Now, I'd love to tell you where these are from. They're from over there. But they were printed out by Brian, who isn't here, so he's not here for me to say, Brian, where are these from? So once I know, I will put it in the description. So I will not take credit for it, don't worry. And if you know where they're from, then shout it out. No, but don't shout it out, because like then you'll be shouting out on your own, and then your neighbours will think you're mad. So, well, no, your neighbours will be confirmed that you're mad. If you're anything like me, they already know this. So I'm going to cut this off. Now I realise it comes to an abrupt end, because there isn't the remainder of that leaf, but you know, we're not worried about that. Right. So, what was I going to say? So, yesterday, me and Brian went, so Brian's my bestie, we went Christmas shopping, and I went on a bus. Now, this isn't world news, although it should be, let's face it, because when I texted my mum with a picture of me and Brian on said bus with our face masks adorned, as one does these days, and she she said, "Blimey, you on a bus? I don't believe it." So like, you know, once you've learnt to drive, it's like why on earth would you ever use public transport? So anyway, we went on a bus, and the reason why we went on the bus is because we did park and ride. So we parked and we got on a bus and we went into town. So it only cost me £2 to park my car and then get on the bus that takes you into town. And the bus takes 10 minutes to get to town from the park and ride bit, and I was able to park my car there for several hours. How many hours were we there? Parked at about 1:30. We got back there for about 7:30, so 6 hours. So yeah, 6 hours parking. So 6 hours parking in Leeds would cost anything from between 15 and very easily £36. So it's depending on where you park. So if you park closer to the town, the city centre, then you're going to pay more. So anyway, so it cost me £2. So it's a bargain. So I might do it again. So I might get a bus again. So you know, the world news won't stop this time, although it didn't. Nobody came and interviewed me, to be fair. This time round, to be fair. Anyway, so yes, we went into town for a look around. I mean, it's not hardly breaking news, is it? But we went into town for a look around. We wandered around the shops. We did a total of 11 miles of walking. I know, me walking as well. I got on a bus and I did some walking. It's like 2 revelations in a day. So apparently the things on the end of my legs are designed for walking. Who knew? So I thought they were just there for operating pedals. So, but it turns out that they have more than one use. So so we did a bit of Christmas shopping. Nothing too fancy, nothing too flash. We had a bit of a swish coffee, and by swish I don't mean Swiss. I'm not mispronouncing it. I mean, like, a bit of a treat, but it was a bit swish. And we actually we had a couple of coffees, to be fair. I had a salted caramel the first time, and then I had a tea the second time. I had a tea from a coffee shop, which I know is like, what? Went to a coffee shop and had tea. So anyway, we walked out of Starbucks because the woman serving us was not particularly helpful. So we went to Costa instead for the first time round, and then went to Nero for the second time. And then between times we went and had a look around. We went to John Lewis, picked up a few things in the sale. So, like, they've got their pre-Christmas, Christmas decorations and tags and baubles and that sort of thing that are in the sale now. So managed to get myself a couple of bargains on Christmas wrap. Yo, it's Christmas! No, sorry, I don't mean that kind of wrap. Oh dear. Sorry. I am sorry. I know my face doesn't look sorry, but I am sorry. So, and then what else did we do? We had a look, some crafty stuff. We just walked around, like linked arms as we do with like a couple of old spinsters, to be fair. It actually reminds me, the friendship that me and Brian have reminds me of the friendship that my mum and my auntie have. Just real good companionship. So that was nice. So anyway, we bought a few naughty things, some chocolates and that sort of thing, and ate a couple on the bus on the way back. And then when we got back to the car, we went shopping, food shopping, and we got back to the house very late. Actually, it was about 9:30. So Worcester then went out for a little walk, for a wee, and we ate, and we didn't eat. We didn't eat until later than that, to be fair, because what did we have? Oh, we had egg, chips and beans, which was nice and easy. Slimmer World style, obviously, egg, chips and beans. And the reason why we ate later than planned, than advertised, was because we demolished my old sofa, which didn't take much demolishing, to be fair. A couple of the armrests put up a bit of a resistance, but the rest of it came apart no problem. And so now I am using my new sofa, which I will. Well, I know some people have asked to see the renovations that have been going on. I don't have a carpet yet. I don't know what I'm going to do about the floor, to be fair. I think I might sand it. It's perfect wooden floor. It's the original wood floorboards. So I might, and they're in very good condition. So I might just sand it and see. Sandy, baby. Oh, we're back again. You better shape up, 'cause I need some ham. He's back. So I thought we might do the floor, but like that's just another big job, and I'm not going to do that until at least until spring, when I can actually open the windows and do it. I'm not doing it in the winter. And then once we'd done that and we'd unwrapped the new sofa that has been sat behind the old sofa for, well, since September when I bought it, we sat on it, and like with all the new cushions that Brian has made for it, and oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's so beautiful to sit on. It's so comfortable, cozy. I'm really chuffed with it, and it was such a bargain. I mean, like, you know, I think I told you it was like down from, like, I think it was £1,200 down to £300. So bargain. Had to buy. We literally were in Next, is where we got it from. We're in the shop, and it was down at the bottom of the escalator, and we'd just been upstairs having a look. This was back in September when we saw it. We just had a look upstairs, had a bit of a mooch round, and it came down the escalator. We got off the escalator, and we'd been out and about most of the day, and we both just like looked at this sofa, and we just said, "Oh, just fancy sitting in that." We do a lot of sitting in sofas. Well, now that you're allowed to sit in sofas. During COVID, they stopped you from sitting in sofas. Anyway, so we sat in this sofa, and we were both like, "Oh, this is lovely." Oh, and then I looked at the price tag, the massive bright yellow price tag just over my left shoulder. It said it was £300, and I was like, "Brian, I could get this, and like I could put it on my account, and because I struggle for money, so finding £300 wouldn't have been very easy." And then anyway, we kind of sorted stuff out, and we ended up buying it. So and luckily I'd actually got one of the work vans with me at the time, so I was able to take it home there and then. So it was perfect. So we've had it since September, and it's just been sat covered up. The reason why I didn't want to uncover it before is I didn't want it covered in all the sanding and the drilling. You know, when you've been drilling holes in walls and things, and it's just got that horrible, like plaster dust. It's just, what's it called? I was going to say Epsom. It's not. Bitumen. But I don't know what Epsom's got to do with it. Epsom salts. No, that's not. No, nothing to do with it. Bitumen? Is it bitumen? No. Plaster dust, anyway. I can't think now. Alexa, what's plaster made from?
Here's something I found on the web. According to highpages.com.au, plaster is made up of lime or gypsum.
Gypsum. That's it, not Epsom. Or bitumen. Oh, it's gypsum. Gypsum. Don't you? Oh, nobody told me I'd missed that bit, that side. I thought it was all over. It is now. No, it will be in a minute. So yes, it was a bargain. And actually, I've done my whole living room for a bargain, because I don't have money. So the shelves that are in the living room are cut up from an old wardrobe that I got for free. The shelf by the side of the sofa as well, that's made from that same wood. The sofa was, like I say, was cheap. What else did we get cheap? The footstool was one I got off Facebook Marketplace, and I bought it for £20. It's giant, massive footstool, and put it for £20, and then Brian recovered it in some luscious fabric, the velvet fabric that I showed you on one of my videos. Goodness only knows which one it was, but one of them. And then the lampshades that I'd already got, that I then did the alcohol ink treatment to, which is another one of my videos. And so all in all, you know, saved a huge ton of money. And I'll like I say, I'll sand the floor probably, and I'll do that myself, and that'll also save money. So, you know what they say, necessity is the mother of invention. So definitely like to find creative ways to get around things that I couldn't do otherwise. So yeah, so that's the living room is well, it's done to the point where we were able to go and buy a Christmas tree. So I always have a real one. So I've got a real tree in the living room. Currently it has its lights on. That's as far as I've got, because there's so much else going on in my life. I've got this grimoire to do, I've got some mini books to make, I've got Christmas presents to wrap, I've got food shopping to go and do. Put this away. Oh, shut properly, please. And Joe Thornton, thank you so much for the plasters that I won't show on here because they're not suitable for everybody. But she sent me some plasters because she's seen me cutting with this. She's seen me cutting me with this, and they say like some good expletives that are associated with this, like some, you know. They're not all expletives. Sorry, I'm just going to change my blade, because you should never cut with a blunt blade. The only reason why my knuckle healed really quickly was because, and you know, without any scarring, is because it was a sharp blade, like a very new blade. Hello, sorry, just like knock a pair of scissors off the wall. Excuse me. I lean into camera. Sorry, I'm trying to get my pliers out. That's what I want. Chickademus and pliers. So I thought I'd just taken the blade off, but no, it stayed on. This is supposed to remove the blades. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's getting quite full now. Yeah, the only reason why it kind of healed so well and quickly is because it was a very sharp blade, because they are scalpels, let's face it, after all. So, wrong way round, that's going to go that way round, so I've got to flip it over. So once you've got it in, bit of safety, don't push it in with your fingers. Leave it down till it clicks and it shouldn't pop out, and that's it. We can now cut more freely. So yeah, so thanks Joe for that. That was really nice. It's nice to get. She sent a Christmas card as well, and just like a little packet of those stamps, and it just made me chuckle actually. So I said to Brian, I said, "Oh, I can't wait to use these now." And Brian literally, as I said that, Brian went, "No!" Ah, dear. I don't mean that. I'm not like desperate to cut something off in order to be offered plaster for it. But made me laugh. And if I do now, Brian will be like, "Oh, you just wanted to use those plasters." So maybe. So I replied in Joe's card to her and said the same thing. I said that, I said to Brian, I really want to use these now. It was just the whole. It was the way. It was like a very comedic way that he said no. Ah, dear. But shouldn't send me these things if you don't want me to use them. Joe, I'm not saying that you're encouraging me to cut things off. But you know what I'm like with the blade. I'd much prefer to use a blade than to use a ham. I was going to say a hamster. I much prefer to use a blade than use a hamster to nibble the edges off. And I've no idea why I was thinking a hamster. Oh dear. I don't know whether I want to cover that one up or whether I want to stick that one there. Maybe I'll stick it to that page. Yeah, I'm going to stick it to there. I think I'm going to turn this into like some kind of a little tuck thing. I might put it... you see, the problem is if you put it as a tuck, this is all going to get frayed, isn't it? I'm just trying to think now. Sorry, I'm just doing a bit of a on-the-spot thinking. I was thinking maybe if I stuck it down and I cut this bit out so there was a pocket in it. Not cut it out, but just cut a circle round, and that would stop the fraying of the top, and it'd still be like some kind of a little... I mean, it'd be like an open bottom pocket. It's got an open bottom. Oh, I say. Yeah, I think I might do that. So, you're all going to go, no, don't do it, Dave. But tough, too late is going to do it. And the good thing about using a scalpel to do these things is... Sorry, just find the line that I've just cut on. There we go. Is that because it's a scalpel and it's very sharp, you if I decide not to do it, you shouldn't be able to see where I've cut. Well, not very visibly anyway. It's not like when you get in with a pair of scissors and you kind of really hack at it. So there we go, that's that. I just think that way then, that'll just save that from being, well, a wasted space really. And it gives me somewhere to put an extra little secret, well, not compartment, but a secret pocket. Yeah, that'll do. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to stick this down. I might just ink the edges now. I want to make it quite a softer edge. Sorry, I keep moving that. I'm bringing it back, bringing it back. It's like blooming hokey cokey. If you don't know what the hokey cokey is, don't ask somebody at a party because they'll tell you the wrong way. They'll tell you by showing you. You put your left leg in, your left leg out, in, out, shake it all about. You do the hokey cokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Oh, do the hokey cokey. Yeah. And there are other songs that can maim you for life from watching your parents do as a child. So every Christmas party and every wedding that I ever went to as a child, it was like, oh, my parents are dancing to that. So or oops upside your head. My mum used to get on the floor and sit in I don't know whether this is a universal thing that happens in all countries, and whether it's like the law and like people come round and like they knock on your door if you don't comply, but comply if you don't do it. But in the UK it's a big thing for when they sing oops upside your head, sing oops upside your head. So that song is they all sit on the floor in and kind of like they sit with their legs out like this, and then the next person sits inside them with the legs out, and like you kind of sit in a chain, and they do like oops upside your head, sing oops upside your head, oops, like, oh dear. Mainly women, I will just say, that do it. So I'm scarred for life. I get like, if I hear it playing, I like start twitching. You know, it's mortifying as a child to watch your parents dance, and yet when my parents were like coming to my parties, and like when I was like in my teens, you know, like I had an 18th and a 21st. When I had those parties, well, my mum was 36 when she had me, so when I was on my 18th birthday, so she would have been she was 36, so 54. So she was not much older than me, and like I'd hate to think that somebody would think I was it 54? No, 18. Yeah, no, 54. I'd hate to think that somebody thought I was over the hill at 54. Oh, he's dancing. I mean, I'd hate that. Like, I like dancing. I love dancing, in fact. I get it from my mum, who used to love dancing. So, but like it was just so embarrassing. Like, oh, my parents are dancing. My parents came to my 18th birthday party and they danced. And so they should. How hindsight is such a useful tool. But you know, those are the days. Of all of the, I don't think people do many like joint dances these days. You know, like you always used to do, like there'd be like a chain of people dancing to something. Don't think people do like group dances anymore these days. Well, unless you go into a hoedown or a hose down, which is a whole other thing. But don't go to one of them. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just shut up, Dave. Shut up, Dave. Anyway, moving on swiftly, because like Dave is just making a complete fool of him. Well, a complete fool of himself, more than usual. No, more than usual. Just the usual level of foolishness. So, but can't get past this. I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Nobody does group dances anymore, which is bizarre. I guess we're not a group society anymore, are we? Really, we're very insular, and you know, like we like our own space, and we don't like other people. So it's a shame, really. But I like that. I like the way that's turned out. I'm going to put a little blob here. I say a little blob. I'm going to put a bit on there as well, just because I don't want to, whatever gets pushed in, I don't mind it's being seen at the bottom, but I don't want it to come right out, and I don't want it to break that either. So hopefully there's enough. Did I put some all the way across? Yes, I did. That's all right then. You'll be let off. Then hopefully this should be like a little pocket here that will go down. Yeah, and sit like that. Oh, cool. That is perfect. That is just the way I wanted it to look, actually. So you'd just be able to see it. See, like you can just see it there. Yeah, actually that might go in there. So I'll stick something on there. And then I think we'll call it a day for. I don't know. Have you just used one of them? Where was that? I've just used one. Where the heck did I put that? Everybody stop. Oh no. Stop. Hammer time. Yeah, I know. Like I've always said, you don't have to live with me. You can leave whenever you want to. I have to live. I have to be here. I have to stay here with me. I'm going to water brush this bit out, and then I'll decoupage this on. Oh well, I would water brush it out if I could actually find a water brush. Come on, water brush, where are you? Come to me. Come to Dada. Oh, there you go. Found it. Brian. Worcester's like, come to Dada. What? So who's going to Dada? He's my Dada. Yes, it's all right, Worcester. Don't worry. I can hear you squeeing downstairs. Squeeing. Like a squeak, but like incessant. So yes. What was I saying? So yeah, the group dancing thing. So obviously, correct me if I'm wrong. That people do these kind of group dances, but I don't get to go to many parties these days. So that might be the reason why. Well, nobody goes to any parties these days, but I didn't go to parties before the pandemic. It's not like the pandemic just changed my life much. But yeah, group dances. Where are they now? It's like the Macarena. Ah, Macarena. The birdie song. You can come here for your dance lessons. You don't want my dance lessons, but you can. You can come and I'll teach you my terrible dancing. I definitely show up when it comes to dancing, though. I will hit the light fantastic. Well, I'll hit the light mediocre then. Let's say that. I wouldn't say fantastic. Mediocre. Well, leave it at that. There you go. Have that term on me. That's fine. So, but yeah, definitely like to wiggle me tush every now and again. I don't get to wiggle me tush very often because, like I say, you have to go places to wiggle for somebody to wiggle, for you to wiggle the tush too. But I like to give it a bit of a boogie when I can. I'm just going to put this on like this and do this instead of trying to put it actually on. Yeah, so like when was the last time I went anywhere? I mean, like, other than shopping, like to dance. I mean, I'll dance when I'm out shopping. Like, as Brian will testify, I'll sing while I'm out shopping. I don't care. If you want to join in, you can. I'd be happy if you join in actually. But when my spirit is free, it has to be itself. But yeah, the joy of going to parties and things hopefully will return. I mean, like, they're always those things where you're like, oh, I don't know whether I want to go to Auntie Maureen and Uncle Bob's 25th wedding anniversary, but when you get there and they play some of the old songs, you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And then you have a couple of Prosecco's, and then the night is your whelk. So, not oyster. And it's not the world, it's just the night. The night is your oyster. Well, in my case, the night is your whelk. Or clam. But yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get back to that. Hopefully we do, because that trepidation of going, and then you have a cracking time and you say, oh, this is fantastic, we must do it again, and then like 15 years go by and then we do it again, and it's no longer their 25th wedding anniversary, it's their 40th, and you're like, oh, do we have to go to the 40th? And then they play those same songs that you danced to on the 25th, on their 25th wedding anniversary, and you go, oh, I had such a fantastic time. And there you go. And repeat. Sorry, I'm drying this off to kind of just finish it, so we can get it done tonight. I'm actually going to sand some of this back. That's why I wasn't worried about the white patches on it. So, yeah, I miss those days. Those were the days, my friend. I hope they never end. But they did. And then we had COVID. Where you can't have any more gatherings. No gatherings of larger than 2 squirrels and a peacock. And the wedding guest. Well, 2 wedding guests. 2 wedding guests, 2 squirrels and a peacock. So I don't know where that came from, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Just talking for the sake of it now. Just trying to sand this back so it looks a bit old. That's what I like. That kind of like deletion of parts of the image. That's what I like. That's the look I was going for. And then we're just going to go over it with a bit of... Well, we will if we can get some out of it. Let's try this one. This is the one apparently that's not been used. So we're going to go over with that. Yeah, there we go. And we'll just make it look a bit old now. A bit old. Like it's been in there a while. Just need to poke that bit out of there. Oh, hang on, Dave. Get your fingers out of the way. This is a sharp knife. Put that down when you're fiddling about with the hole. I beg your pardon. And we need something to put on here, like a piece of ribbon, but I don't tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree if you still want me. If I don't see a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Oh no, if I don't see a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree, I'll stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. And there ends the singing lesson and the mess that has been created. I don't know how long this ran for. Just goodness only knows. Maybe an hour, maybe 2, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 3 days, and I've just like got stuck into it, and you're all like, what's he going on about? Well, you know, welcome to the world of Dash of Dave. That is why you can only have a dash of Dave. But, you know, a slug of Dave is a little bit too much. You know, I don't want you to overdose on me. So a dash of Dave is all you need. So I think I'm going to... sorry, let me just say this, that I can't remember who, again, people say things to me and then I can't remember who said what and when they said it. But somebody said about these things, that... I don't know what they said about using these for, but these are great for putting like the little perforations in between tickets. Again, you have to use a suitable implement. I know I was going to go, but like, you know, this is kind of a bonus bit. And you just put that up against it, and then you try to get it against the thing. And you put that in, and it gives you a little perforation in it. That means you've got a little bendy bit. And it looks a bit more realistic because you've got perforations in it. Now you can do it without a ruler if you've got a steady hand, which we're going to find out whether Dave has. Really, it's better on a softer mat. This mat that I said to you that I wasn't going to do anything dirty on. And I also said I wasn't going to use my heat gun on, and I have. Yeah, it's better if you've got something for it to kind of go into. But yeah, it's good for putting those little perforations in. Those little perforations, but I will just tell you, it is like being harpooned if you catch it on the end of your finger. So just be very careful. And I have to put it right up high, out of the way for me, and it has to go in a very tight slot, otherwise it's likely to fall down on my head. But yeah, that's what I was going to see if I could put that in there some way. I thought about having it so that you could kind of just pull it down, maybe staple it in, maybe just tear it off, maybe, and just put some of them somewhere, just a staple of them in the, or maybe just tear them up both off. Yeah, ink those edges. Sorry, I was going, wasn't I? But I'm still here. So as you've noticed, didn't go anywhere. So ink those edges, ink those edges, and then we can just staple a couple of them in the corner here. Okay, some vanilla. Do it maybe like that. I mean, I'm not sure whether witches use staples. They do now. There we go. Well, it was, they maybe stapled it with a wand. So, ping. I don't know what the spell is for stapling, but it's. Where did I put the other bits of those? Oh, there. Those then. We'll use those, shall we? Could do the same for these, couldn't I? Yeah, just ink the edges of them, and then I'll leave you be after that. So anyway, yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed your you kind of like crafty time with me. It was like I say, I was trying. I would try again, Dave. I wasn't attempting to teach you anything. I was just having a bit of a play. So, here I am playing. So, and that is going to go. I think we're going to stick that on there. Maybe with a bigger staple this time. Like that. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Put that back in there. Yep. Okay. So anyway, that's it for now. My name is Dave, because it says so on my Slimming World card. This is not my current Slimming World card. It's my old Slimming World card. Just to clarify, I'm not that disrespectful of my Slimming World card. I have lost more weight as well. I lost another 1.5 pounds this week, so I've lost I can't remember what it was. Was it 8 pounds in 3 weeks. So this close to Christmas as well. I know. So anyway, I'm going to go. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had some fun with me. Joined in the singing. Maybe done a bit of group dancing. I don't know who with, but you might have done. And if you have, I'm a bit jealous, to be fair. I want an invite next time. And I'm quite fun at a party, I will just say. He says, being totally modest. So I'm a typical Leo, though. So anyway, I'm going now. So yeah, I hope you've all had a lovely, morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time it is with you. And you know what I'm going to say. I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I hope you'll all catch me. I'm planning to do a live tomorrow at 3. And that's tomorrow, which is Sunday the 19th of December. And I will also be doing a live. Hopefully going to do hopefully going to be doing another video to record to upload during the week, but then I'm doing another live on Christmas Day, so that's the 25th of December for those people who don't know, at 3 p.m. and again that's British Standard Time, so GMT, so Greenwich Mean Time, and hopefully you can come and join me. It'll be me and Brian, and we'll have had a couple of Prosecco's by the time we do the thing, so it might get a bit giggly. So be prepared, batten down the hatches, wind up the windows. I don't know why you wind up the windows unless you sat in a car, and if you sat in a car on Christmas Day, I want to know why. So are you on surveillance? Is it me? So no, if you're I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, close the window so that the neighbours don't have to put up with my dulcet tones and my terrible singing. And anyway, I will see you all very soon. I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for making this channel what it is. And this channel is about you guys. And I love you all so much. I'm so grateful to you. I think I'm on 569 subscribers now, so I'm feeling a bit like wow. So I feel like I have a commitment to you. So I am committed. I probably should be committed, to be fair. Anyway, so I'm off. Take care, folks. Love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of kisses. Big hugs. And I will see you all very soon. You take care, folks. Take it easy. Bye.